logistical FPV, and I'm a drone racing pilot from the Northeast United States.
So we were able to get the best of the best. If you were a champion, you got an invite.
One of the fan favorites at every MultiGP race. On television with Drone Racing League as well. A good buddy of all of ours, runner-up champ in 2023 in Freedom Spec from Tennessee, USA, Alex FPV.
They also have nerves of steel. It is anyone's game. It will come down to nerves and who can be the most consistent.
And sometimes the best man for a job is a woman, as we introduce you to the sole female pilot here at the Champions Race. An invite from Street League from Moberly, Missouri, USA. Say hello to Callie FPV.
You know what? Let's build something designed for a spectator.
As a sport itself is super unique. It allows us pilots to race at super high speeds, and the level that we are competing at is so high that just the smallest mistake will take us out of the race.
Sean Taylor, Mr. Night Fury, I'm coming straight for you.
I think you should cheer for me because I think I'm going to win this race.
And I'm excited to prove to everybody that I belong at the top.
Go fast, don't get past. That's drone racing.
I'm going to give you everything I got. Cheer for me because I'm the old guy and you must respect your elders.
Hey, what's up, guys? We're alive. I hope we're not too loud. Welcome to the watch party. Mr. Cole, I see you in the chat. Our Cole, do you know what I have for you? Our car was so full of trophies. Look at that.
Oh, man, that intro was dope. It has got me so fired up to watch this finals. This race here in Sharjah has been super cool to watch. And I'm glad to be here with all of you watching it together. This is going to be sick.
Oh, man, this is awesome.
So what's happening, Neil? Can you explain really quick for people who
are living under a rock? Yeah. So for all of you that have just finally crawled out from under your rock, MultiGP was hired to put on a race, the Race of Champions in Sharjah, the UAE. And it has been quite the spectacle. It's the first time that MultiGP has come together to put on a race solely made for the spectator. And they have really been able to deliver so far. They have built a fleet of stock drones, 7-inch. So every drone is identical. And they have invited the top champion pilots from around the world to meet in Sharjah to put on a show there. And boy, have they done it.
Yeah, they certainly done it. Like, John, what do you think? You've been to DRL events, right, before, and what do you think what do you think about this? What you saw yesterday and today?
I feel like everyone's definitely learned from the success that DRL has done having live events. This is by far the best live streamed event I've ever seen. Like the pacing, they're getting the heats up back to back. Joe Scully announcing it flawlessly, the clips in between, like it's just so entertaining. I can't believe what I'm watching. Like it feels like we're in the future now. Like this is a real sport that can be watched by millions of people, not just the people that fly it, but people that can just watch it. I mean, what do you guys think seeing this?
Yeah, and don't worry. So this is currently they're showing freestyle. That's why the screen is pretty small. But once they're gonna go racing, we're gonna go full screen, and you guys will be able to hear Joe Scully and everyone who's commenting. By the way, no freestyle on the track, right? And this is a freestyle.
Right. Get it out of there. Get it out of there.
Yeah. So yeah, we're very excited, and we prepared some. Well, Neil wanted to start specifically from this photo.
Yeah. Look at these boys. So these are two of our favorite tech ops guys. They're running MultiGP. We got our boy A-Drone and Free, getting in the Sharjah spirit. Rocking those, I don't know the right word for them. I'm going to call them gowns. I'm sure there's a specific word for it. And it's funny because I'm not a small man, but when I stand next to Free and A-Drone, I kind of like look up a little bit at A-Drone and down a little bit at Free. But like when you see them there side by side, it's quite the contrast. Like really funny there on the right. A-Drone it still couldn't get one to go all the way down to the ground. He's probably one of the tallest men in Sharjah right now. And like, man, he was looking pretty in that gown for sure.
Yeah.
Neil, can you click like next slide so that I prepare a few links here and there while you're like going through?
So just taking a look at the lineup here, we talked about champions from around the world, and MultiGP has really pulled in an amazing group of pilots. So we got Amari coming in from the USA, Killian from France, used to go by Dark X, Drobot Racer from LA, Pavelos from Poland. We got Mr. BMS Thomas coming in from Australia, Neukel from the Northeast. We got Callie FPV right now, I believe the fastest female drone pilot on the planet. She's really killing it. Nurk there was a DRL champion back in the day, one of these past champions they brought in, and really cool to see him back in the stack. Then we got Screecher coming in from the Midwest. Everybody's favorite Alex FPV from Tennessee. Good to see him there. He won a heat earlier this morning or tonight there, and I was fired up watching that. We got Yuki from Japan. He was the IO World Cup champion of 2023. Leviathan, super fast guy from California. Banny UK coming back, another sort of past champion. This was like deep in the game in like early drone racing, 16, 17, 18. And like cool to see him back now. He's been doing a lot of film work since then. Dubicki coming in from the USA as well. He has been quite the threat in Street League and done really well in the slow spec racing. And everybody knows MCK, like world champion of all the things that there possibly could be. And then Night Fury, the first two-time MultiGP champion, and so awesome to see him back in the game. So it's been really cool to see these pilots sort of like a mix of fast boys, champions, fast girl, and some old school champions that are brought back to really have like an awesome mix and like quite the resume of these pilots brought in here for sure. Taking a look at the qualification, so like we understand that there wasn't a lot of qualifying packs, but if we look at qualifying, we have MCK up top. Killian in P2 has been really killing it this week for anybody that's been watching so far the last 2 days. Amari, then Drobot, then Alex FPV making the top 5, and you can see the rest of the list there from qualifying. Here we got some match 1 results. So match 1, the win went to MCK. Top 4 was Pavelos, Killian, and Leviathan. You can kind of see some point structure down here for everybody so they can understand how the points went. So you get a big bonus for winning. Dropping down 25 points for second, 13 more down. It's kind of a sliding scale down. So huge ups for winning these individual matches. Here comes match 2 with Banny UK taking the win. Killian there in the top 4 again. Neukel and then Amari having a technical problem, as I understand, for some back behind the scenes from the Tech Ops team is why Amari was not able to get off the launch block there, and that was sad to see because he's a great pilot too, and really want to see everybody have the equal chance to make these things happen. Coming into match 3, we got Leviathan taking the win there. Killian again, Banny UK, and Night Fury making an appearance in the finals. And that was excited to see. There was a lot of talk about could these old champions, he is the eldest man there, but old meaning these guys like past champions who have not been so active in the racing in the last few years, would they be able to hold their own here? And Night Fury was able to show up and show that he still got it for sure. And then we've got standings from Saturday. So those 3 races happened on Saturday and the point standings from there. So we saw Killian made an appearance in all 3 of those final races. So that put him with the most points for sure up top. Leviathan really putting on a show, coming in second. Banny UK making a win there as well, bringing him into 3rd. And then MCK rounding out the top 4 from Saturday. And you can see your way working down the list where all the pilots fell from those first 3 events on Saturday. And then match 4, that happened earlier today, just before now. And Killian took the win there. So I think that if I'm just like calling it right, Killian has made it to every one of the finals of the individual matches. So he's really been showing out and showing that he's got the talent to be there. Then MCK and P2, Leviathan and P3, and Alex FPV in P4. for that final match, making it through.
Any surprises for you guys? Like
surprises, I would say, like, let's just kick it back to the standings, or do we have like a final standing? Yeah, so here's final standings after the first 5 or the first 4 matches.
Yeah, it's 4 matches.
Yeah, Yvonne, you got any surprises there that you're seeing?
So yeah, I think MCK is not surprising at all that he's in the finals, right? Leviathan is very fast. Killian is very fast. Benny UK surprised me a lot because I didn't even know he's racing anymore. He's apparently like very famous pilot and freestyle, and he's like professional car chasing and all the cool videos. Like
doing like European Hollywood work.
Yeah,
right.
And
that is a surprise because I don't think he's raced in years, right? That would be like if Mr. Steele came in and started winning races, like.
Yeah, well, I mean, it just shows that true skill is true skill, and the people that do a lot of this work, especially the flying work, even though you're not going fast anymore, it's all about controlling your craft, and you have to be in ultimate control of your craft to get these high stakes shots in the Hollywood type of work, and it just shows that doing that work has not like dulled his skill of controlling the craft. And like, that's what we're doing here. And it also would be interesting to think about if this was, say, open class, which really, this is a spectacle built for the spectator. So open class really isn't the proper thing to be running here. They're definitely running these 7-inch quads that are big and lit up. Like, that's the right thing to be racing for a spectator thing. But like, that then is closer to the comfort zone if Banny's been running like GoPros or heavy lift with Reds, like all of that heavy, slow, precise movement, then he's definitely been able to stay sharp in that like previous work that he's been doing.
I bet that the slow quads he's flying like for for Hollywood type of work, they're still like way different from what they're flying now, and you're not supposed to fly them like full throttle all the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I would say another surprise, Callie. Callie has been really killing it in slow quads, and I'm surprised to see her at the bottom of this list.
Yeah. This is a very strong list of people. Like
it is.
Where this is a drama question. Where would you put yourself in this list?
Oh man, yeah. I mean, I think I would be struggling to be above 10th on this list. Like, I definitely wanted to go to this race. I think I am not a terrible spec quad racer, but it would be hard for me to be above 10th on this list.
But like Dubicki is 12th, and he was 2nd in the Street League Championship 2023.
Yeah. I mean,
and like we were pretty far. We were like not very far from him, but we were noticeably far behind him at that Street League Championship.
Right. Like all of this is just racing. They could have rerun these previous 4 races again in this list. While I think the top 3 or 5 would likely still be in the top 3, 5, 6, 7. Like, those guys would still be in those places, maybe just in different orders. The bottom of the list is a lot of like mid-airs and mistakes in such a short sample size of pilots here. Like, it's just hard to know how all that would happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think the spec change is helping or hurting any of the pilots. I know for a lot of those big spec 7-inch races, you guys are sometimes doing 2 laps, sometimes 3, but this is a 4 lap where you got to maintain that concentration just a little bit longer. A custom quad that no one's used to flying. I think 533 designed it and made a batch of these for this race. So like nobody had the benefit of experience of like, this is what I practice on. How does that go into factoring in?
Well, this spec is very close, and I feel like in flight performance to what a lot of people have experience with. It is not the same, but this stock anyway, if we're really being technical, this is a stock race, not a spec race, because everything is specifically stocked. All the quads are exactly the same. They all have the same motors, the same ESCs, the same flight controller, the same firmware, the same props, built by the same team. So I think as far as any racing that we've ever seen, this is as close as we've been able to see the performance of the drones that the pilots are using. I think this is the closest that we've come yet to like identical drones. Because if you think back even to DRL, while they used, it was also a stock race, they used an old Betaflight with old batteries and without the RPM limiter, which is a huge step forward in bringing the drones together. So I think without a doubt, this is the closest stock race that we've ever seen. Yeah, as far as quad performance.
Let's see what's happening on the stage real quick. I see the racing hasn't started yet. So the stage like this. So this is what's happening now. Let's see. Oh no, they're about to race. All right.
Man for the last 2 years
We're just in time.
Standings from the country of South Korea. Welcome back, MCK FPV.
Oh, I'm so excited. You
Me
think
too.
MCK gonna win?
Fired up.
We have some.
Yeah, I got a question coming in from Bagzilla. Stock and spec are the same. No, so stock is actually stock. It is this motor, this ESC, this, like, it is only those things. Where spec, if you look at, say, Street League is the most prominent spec that we're familiar with, they spec a motor size. So they say the max motor size is like 2810 or whatever. And there's a whole group of
Here's one of the best in the game. Last year's
motors that you can use within that acceptable list of size.
USA in mid-green.
Different ESCs, different type controllers. Oh, look at this backstage look. What up, Philoblasta?
Whoa, there he is.
Joining us right from Sharjah. Look at that, showing behind the scene.
Look at the setup, guys. This is impressive.
Yeah, this control room is by far the most advanced control room that I've ever seen put on a drone race. And very awesome to see. All right, we're going.
All right, yeah, we're going.
Pilots, arm your drones. We're going live on the tone.
Controlling their aircraft in the sky to ensure that they can command their craft around.
Oh, we got a little early
Alma Jazz.
Oh yeah,
from Phil.
One last time.
So already going, we can see the stream lag
one
now.
Last thing, as we get set to go green. Sharjah, are you ready?
Oh, we're ready.
Pilots, arm your drones. We're going live on the tone in less than 5. Up we go. The highest seed in this one is MCK FPV. He is third in points so far this week. Our winner of race number 1. And here's our leader of match number 5. Screecher running number 2 spot. Debicki running third. And we just lost the pink and lime green of Cali FPV in the long grass. On the gas, going fast. The purple of MCK, 2-time world champion reigning. As look at this, our World Cup podium guy, Screecher, closest to him in the blue and pink. And Debicki running third. It is a 4-lap race around our course as we go into that sweeper here on lap number 2 with MCK FPV. He is the talent that, 8 years ago really came onto the scenes. He was the freestyle champion of the World Drone Prix in 2016, and here he is, reigning 2-time champ of the world of racing and leading onto the second last lap by 0.8 of a second over Screecher, and we jump almost a second and a half back for Debicki, running third in the mint green. So again, MCK FPV in the purple, running in the number 1 spot. Screecher in blue and pink, not too far behind him. Debicki now finding a gear, and it's 1, 2, 3 onto our final lap. But the question
Man, I love Fields behind the scene. Look at that.
Yeah.
The world's undisputed,
This is so cool.
award-winning drone racing pilot in the world. MCK is about to come to center stage and grab his second win in the match. And MCK.
All right, MCK going on to the finals of match 5.
You're right. So yeah, so it's gonna be match 5. I thought they're gonna skip match 5. So the final standing we showed you guys is not
official finals. So we're gonna get to see this match 5. So the way the individual matches work, it's 4 heats, 4 pilots in each heat to give us each of the 16 pilots 1 shot at taking a win. And they take the winner of each of those first 4 heats, and they go into a final match of the day or for that individual race. To race just one time, sort of golden heat style, for the final win. So let's see. Yeah, Phil. Oh, is that like a little? It looks like a tiny boat for sure. I'm not sure if that's what it is, but
that's a lot of corkscrews.
Yeah, the infinite corkscrew. So question here from Claymar. So if we wanted to build a stock drone from this particular format, can we? Yes, you can. Well, as long as 523 would sell this frame. I'm not sure if that's in their plan or not.
So I reached out to Evan, and he said there is going to be plans. They haven't determined when the release date is. It may not be this exact spec, as in they might choose a different motor, but pretty much everything else will be that. And they're also going to take some of what they learned from this race, make a few adjustments, try to make it a little beefier. But yeah, you will be eventually able. They don't even have a name for it yet, but it is going to be coming out at some point.
Nice. Yeah, and so it was a little bit of Pag, there at the end of Claymore's questions about.
Two-time in rating, MultiGP.
Oh, this is exciting. Just it's like backstage view here.
Let's listen to backstage a little bit. I'm unmuting Phil.
They made history just up the road in Dubai. The show comes back with a much more polished. We brought the reigning World Grand Prix racing pilot. We brought the reigning World Grand Prix freestyle pilot from 8 years ago. But let's highlight as well, there are some of the best freestyle pilots in the world from right here in the UAE. And one of those great
He's being real generous with that based on what I've seen them show of their freestyle video.
See Josh Kyle, Mr. Phil, we miss you.
Yeah,
Hope to see you at
Chris
I.O.
Thomas over there.
Yeah.
Look, I mean, this is, you can't get more behind the scenes than this, folks. This is like all access right here.
Oh, I'm making Junior.
Scully is a machine, that's for sure.
Yep.
Later, Phil. Thanks for the look, man.
Thanks very much for
Thanks
joining.
for all the work. Yeah, Phil's awesome. We love
this
Phil
was
so
great.
much. Yeah.
I didn't expect that. I just saw him in the chat, sent him a link to join, and he's like, hell yeah.
Nice.
That's pretty cool. Now this guy.
That's the local MC. They call him Big Haas. He's been just like down working the stage, announcing the pilots coming in, or like kind of Joe Scully's counterpart there, also speaking in their local language and English. Oh, look, there's Shane's there.
Oh, there's
Had a look at our boy Sean. So
there we go.
Let's hear what he's got to say.
Sharjah, you can be louder. 1, 2, 3. Make some noise. Let's go. Labib and Awad, if you can proceed to the center of stage.
Look at that. Great. Those stands are packed, and that makes me very happy to see.
Sean, thank you so much for doing this event. It's a big deal for
sure.
us. We're super excited. And obviously, we're going to have Awad and Labib. Labib, ladies and gentlemen, he is a 42-year-old father, and Awad is 47 years old. And hopefully, I'm just checking where Labib at, okay? Labib, can you hear me? He is right here. Okay. Give them both a big round of applause. You can stand right here, Labib.
As always.
Stand right here. God bless. But Sharjah, they deserve a big round of applause. Both of them deserve a big round of applause. Come on, you guys. So, okay, I love that. Okay, we're about to announce, obviously, the freestyle. Both are incredible, and both were, the submissions were fantastic in every single way. But we obviously have one trophy, and we have to announce one trophy. So, ladies and gentlemen, your 2024 freestyle champion right here at the Sharjah drone race is Labib al-Hashimi. Make some noise for Labib al-Hashimi.
Let's go, Labib.
Hard luck, Awad.
All right.
Congratulations, you are our 2024 freestyle champion. Thank you so much, Awad. Big love and respect. Anything you'd like to say?
Just thank you all. Thank you for coming. Thank you for having this event. And thanks to MultiGP. شكرا جزيلا لكم بالحضور. جزاكم الله خير.
يستاهل اكبر تحيه اعطوا له اكبر تحيه اكيد للبيب. Give him a big one applause. Labib and Awad, hard luck to you as well. Amazing submission for both. Do we see the video or no of the champion?
Question coming in from Claymore again about stock versus spec. So are these stock drones also Street League, aka would they pass tech in a Street League race? They would not pass tech in a Street League race. They are a more appropriate weight, if you really want to ask me my opinion. They're coming in around 1,150 grams, so a bit lighter. They're also using 6S batteries, so that allows them the weight that they are carrying to make that weight to be functional weight that's actually moving the quad as opposed to just lead. But other than that, and it's not the same firmware. Street League has some particular stuff locked down in their firmware, but it is a similar RPM limiter that Street League is using. So these drones would not pass spec in a Street League race, but if the spec was different, they would. And damn, my camera is like all over the place.
And I also think, right, so the frame has a pretty wide arms, and basically I think it would pass Street League spec if it was open source.
The frame would for sure.
And then they're using Street League motors, I think Emacs, which are like Street League allowed, and they're using HQ props. And this is like regular Betaflight flight controller. You can flash Street League on it. Mr. Neil is so blurry.
Yeah, I'm trying to like see if it wants to. There we go.
I really like the LED kit. It's working quite well. You can see clearly in the stream, which is like a first for us to be able to tell from the line of sight view, like who's in the lead and who's in second. That's been really cool.
Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, 6S2200 is the pack they're using.
What do you guys think about that and like the four lap versus 3 lap as a racer?
I mean, I think
it is. Do you like it?
Oh yeah, I mean, it's more about time, right? So if you still look, their times are coming in around 1:24, so to do their 4 laps. So this track is a bit shorter than our traditional tracks, like set up within this space, within the amphitheater space, to maximize the space allotted, but also make sure that the whole track is within view of the spectators at the whole time. So like lap count is a little different, but race timing is fairly appropriate to what we are used to racing, coming in around that 1:20, 1.5. So, I mean, I think it's very appropriate. And like, hey, if the pack will run it, I'm down to do 5. Like, just like more racing is better than less racing always. I don't think that it'd be, there's just not much you could tell me that would convince me that less racing is better than more racing. So I'm about it.
What about 1 hour racing?
Well,
1 hour in the goggles.
Yeah. When I do my stream work, I kind of feel like I spend an hour in the goggles, but it definitely makes your eyeballs get really dry and weird, and like it's nice to come out of it for a while. But I will be very excited for the battery tech to advance to a place where we can run a 1 hour heat. Like that's going to be exciting times. And like, well, just like what else will be different in our world when we have batteries that can run a quad for an hour? Like that's a very different world than we live in now. But that would be cool. That would be very cool.
Yeah, you want to show? So now they're like playing some B-roll. That's what you call it.
Yeah.
While they're doing that, well, we can watch B-roll. I bet we'll have time to go through the photos we prepared later. Because this match 5, and we're still, the finals. That's exciting. So that's exciting. I thought we already know who is in the grand finals, and apparently we don't know yet. So
we don't know. This coverage behind the scenes has been incredible. I've always wanted to see like drone racers like showcased in this way, and like they finally accomplished that. Like it's been in my mind for like the past 5 years, and just seeing it like it's just amazing.
Yeah. Mr. Johnny 5, maybe you will be invited next time as a cameraman and B-roll recorder.
That'd be awesome. They're doing such a good job. Yeah.
That's true. Why would they invite you? This guy doing such a good job.
Well, on the Formula One show, which there's like that reporter that kind of connects the stories together. That's the only piece that they're kind of missing. So maybe that can be.
Yeah, John, you are a good storyteller. I appreciate that a lot about the work you do. In your channel.
And if you guys didn't watch his video about MCK winning Freedom Spec in Costa Rica, like that's one of the best videos about drone racing you can see.
Yeah, definitely check it out. Johnny 5's channel. Just look for the video with like 500,000 views. That's the one you're looking for.
Mr. Phil, appreciate the insights. He's saying this race is taking longer because there are special guests on the island, and we have to coordinate with a drone show in the front part of the amphitheater. That's how you read that word?
Yep, you did good.
Nice.
Congratulations. Hooked on
Nice.
Phonics works for
There
you.
we go. I read it. All right, stream is over. I read that word good.
Yeah, okay, good. Good seeing everybody. Appreciate
Yeah.
y'all tuning in.
I think
We'll catch you next time.
I think Phil like purposely put that word there. All right, he's like,
Yeah,
all right.
just
I started simple so that the one can start reading it, and then I finish it with a word so that like he totally messed up.
Next time he's gonna say the drone show is gonna be by the gazebo.
Well, gazebo is not a difficult word; it's just weird.
Yeah, Sharjah still, I mean, it definitely looks like a beautiful place. So Sharjah's in the UAE. It's like the emirate right over from Dubai. And apparently they have quite the rival. And so they were, part of this was for Sharjah to really try to stand up and stand out as like the place for live sports happening in the UAE and like really further put their name on the map. And like just by watching this B-roll, like it looks like a beautiful place that I would very much enjoy visiting. And it seems like if you go to the UAE and only go to Dubai and don't stop by Sharjah, you're probably missing out on some really good stuff over there.
Yeah, and I've heard like because of the photo we showed earlier with A-Drone and Free, at least that's what I've heard, that like local people are like really enjoying foreigners trying the culture and like. So that's why they bought it, and it's also cool. Like,
yeah. I mean, it is like a very warm place there in the desert, and so there's a reason why they wear those. And you know, when I'm hot, I'm looking for any kind of relief. So you would have probably caught me in one of those gowns if they had my size for sure.
Yeah. Oh, we have official MultiGP saying on our live stream that this is the best live stream. Look at that.
Nice.
Yeah, they know what's up.
Well, we're stealing your live stream, so basically MultiGP complimented himself or
right.
themselves.
Well, we're just putting a nice, beautiful cherry on top. That's all.
Yeah. Right. Well, I think it's good. Like we brought some value. We went through all the heats at the beginning, and. Through all the rounds, the standings, the qualifying. I think that's interesting. Like that's not interesting for everyone, but that's interesting for drone racers. How people qualified, what were the matches, and I think that's cool.
Yeah, Cole's in here saying he would definitely rock the gown. I need to know, or Phil, or any of you guys watching from over there, that know that there's got to be a word for it over gown, and if y'all could just let us know that in the chat,
what is it?
That would be sick. Yeah.
I just tried to drink my coffee with the lid on.
Yeah, it doesn't work that way. But yeah, Bagzilla, who I saw earlier in the chat, is going to be his first time coming to IO. So congratulations on that. I really look forward to seeing you there. Anybody watching that has not been to IO or is curious as to whether or not they should go to IO or skip it, like just go. It is by far the best event of the year. And like look forward to seeing you there, old Bagsy.
Let's see. Oh, we got official MultiGP mustache live.
Oh yeah, dude, Noik has been rocking this mustache,
he played
and like he looks so powerful with it. Like I would be so nervous to stand next to that mustache if he was like lined up next to me on the line. Yeah. Oh, we got Phil back for the backstage view.
Years ago,
Phil, if you can hear us, what's the word for this gown? Like, he's got a lot of sound going on, so he probably can't hear us. I just need to.
Dirk in the green and Danny UK. The champ from 8 years
Let's see.
ago.
I'll mute him and then he probably doesn't hear us anyways.
There he is.
Look at that. North stash. Oh my God.
Race here in Sharjah. All legends of our
I like that Phil shows like without the delay of live stream.
Oh yeah, we get a little taste early.
Yeah. So it's Benny UK, Noik.
The champ.
Levi's
This is a good one.
Yeah.
Two Dogs asking what's for Killian to win. I think right now he's the favorite. I think if you would have asked people to pick who the favorite was, I mean, most people would have chosen MCK. But Killian has been a fast pilot since he's been on the scene. And it's cool to see him really getting it.
Just so consistent.
Heads up says, don't let Phil spoil it. So we'll leave that little comment there to cover up Phil's view ahead of the game. Yeah. Okay, here we are. We're all going to catch up right now.
In lesson 5. Up like a shot
There they
we
go.
The party continues on Championship Sunday
Is
here
that
in
Levi
Sharjah.
ahead?
Leviathan, Nurk, Danny UK, Noiko.
Levi has
Noiko
also
now
been
sliding up a
killing it.
position, and it's Levi, Leviathan.
He's got
your
those hole
leader
shot
right now,
skills
the
for
green and
sure.
white into that sweeper.
Yeah.
But look at Danny UK right behind him, and then look at Nurk so close. Noiko now climbing up on the backside in the number 3 spot. Leviathan, Danny, Nurk, Noiko, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So green and white in the lead. That's Leviathan. The red and white, Danny UK running second. Nurk in the all green running third. Noiko with his colors, magenta and white in fourth. That
And
was
they're on
after
top
lap
of each
1.
other.
They're almost done
They
lap
are.
number 2. Here comes Leviathan on to lap 3. 2 down, 2 to go. Danny UK in the red and white running number 2 spot. Nurk still in green in the number 3 spot. Noiko running 4th. Leviathan going up high to that turning pylon and back to our sweeper. He has some company. The red and white of Danny UK right behind him, separated by about 20 meters, but that could change. They're about to go into the final lap. One more to go. There's Leviathan.
Yeah,
There's
they are
Danny
really
UK.
evenly spaced
Noiko
out here.
and Nurk only 1.9 seconds separating our entire field. Danny UK
Oh,
trying to
Noiko
reel in
goes down.
Leviathan.
crashed.
Leviathan
Oh,
was our
we saw
winner of
HD0
race number 3.
screen of
Danny
death.
UK,
Rainbow
our
death.
winner of race number 2. It's a cavalcade of the greatest drone racers on the planet, and our checkered in this one go to Leviathan.
Levi getting it.
Let's go. Well, he already have a lot of points.
He does.
Yeah.
Yeah, he definitely does. So
He's
he's
in the
just
final
building
four.
on that lead.
Tonight inside of the Albatross.
So it's interesting to see Levi and Noiko both do well here. This isn't super public knowledge, but who knows if they're ever going to be around to do anything about it. But I know that both of those guys were invited to be on the roster of the DRL, and before the big pause, and hopefully pause and not stop or end the DRL, they were going to be added there.
Do we know anything about DRL at this point? Like,
Just
are they...
that it's officially still a pause. That the team at DRL is still working to bring that back.
Because I've heard some news that they found a new sponsor or something, and I was excited about that. And
that would be great. I know that the team that they left in place was the marketing and sales team, because the revenue is what they needed to kick it back off. They definitely had the team to make the events, and they kept some tech op guys around too. So, yeah, I think that, and I wish all the best luck to their team to bring that back, because the world needs more drone racing. But how awesome is it to see MultiGP, organization that everyone has really only thought of as being this grassroots organization for the pilots, but really they've shown here this weekend in Sharjah that they can put on an event for the fans. And that has
100%.
been a big, and that's a big shift from what is in their wheelhouse. But the team at MultiGP is very organized, very dedicated, and has been able to pull this off beautifully. And it makes me so excited to see that.
When this is the first time I think that spectators and live stream spectators have really been able to see clear FPV feeds. Like at the DRL event, that was definitely one thing that was missing, is we couldn't see what the pilots were seeing at all. So you could only watch line of sight, and just having that extra dimension has been huge. I mean, I don't know if they have a repeater, but HD0 is performing very well.
Yeah. I saw from up here, Two Dog also wrote, just to go back, should we see this track at I.O.? And that would be dope. I mean, this really could be the all skills track.
But it's gigantic. I mean, it's not a lot of turns, but that is just massive track.
Well, Muncie is a giant place, right? I mean, there's room
just
there to
we
build.
have to use the whole Muncie.
From the front gate to the tiny whoop tent, huh? The whole AMA headquarters.
That'd be a fun track, though.
Yeah.
Oh, Evan says no repeaters, so that's just HD0. They must have got really nice antennas or something.
Yeah. Well, it's still less than a mile, right?
Are you tempted to try more HD0 seeing this event?
Yeah, I mean, Carl can get those goggles on the way.
Carl,
to
these guys. Well, to these guys. Some goggles.
Let's see. I think they're about to start heat number 3.
Let's see. Who do we got here in this heat? Let's see. We got our boy Chiefy.
Chief. Look at him with his zero goggles.
Yeah, so serious, dude. He is locked in.
He is. Well, he needs some points for sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
To get in the grand finals.
So we got Alex, BMS Thomas, Yuki, and Night Fury. What a heat.
Man.
Alex coming out in the lead to start.
Oh, Alex had me there, I think.
He's still up. He fell back.
He's still up, but he's way back, and it's so hard to pass people. Oh, he's doing that.
He's about to go on to lap number 2. Closest to him, Yuki in the yellow.
Yeah, he's up in the third now.
Yeah.
Fish and pole out. Let's go.
From the land down under, our two-time World Cup
Let's
champion.
see. It doesn't look like he's gaining any ground. It's so hard.
Could have been whoever he passed that they had. That's who he hit, and they both had the prop damage. But if you've got a little bit of prop damage, it's just really hard to run anybody down with clean props if they don't make a mistake.
Yeah, I think Night Fury coming last so far.
But BMS and Thomas and Yuki are like mixing it up hardcore right now.
Thomas right behind him. Alex FPV is second behind him, and Night Fury 2.4
Yeah.
seconds back from that transfer.
Yeah, Alex is like 1.5 seconds behind.
I can't see in either of their feeds. Like they can't see each other. They're literally on top of each other.
Yeah.
Oh, they just touched.
It is yellow in the lead. Yellow and purple in the lead.
That could open up some opportunity.
Oh, Alex catching. Ah, should have gave him a couple more laps.
Yeah. See, that's not race. That's what we need, Johnny. That's what we need.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, BMS Thomas
is cool. Nice. That was hell of a race. But yeah, you're right. Like, it's so hard to catch on like Street League or any like slow drones. If you make a mistake or me there, it's just so hard to catch if other people don't do mistakes.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's an awesome group of pilots here with a wealth of experience in drone racing, all the way from spec racing.
Let's see what BMS Thomas says.
5-inch. My heart is definitely a purebred racer, so you can guarantee whoever I'm up against, I'll be giving them my 100% best effort. There's a few people that could come under the class of my biggest competition. Like I said, everyone here has really diverse experience. Yuki FPV, he's a pilot that I regularly race with in the Japan Drone League, so very much looking forward to competing with him again. My strategy in this competition is race the
Or
absolute
Jordal
best
is
I
asking
can.
if we can see the voltage of the battery they're landing. I don't think we can because the live feeds exclude OSD elements.
Yeah,
it's
they're
like
not
a feature.
us.
It's like a feature of right. I think Jordal, you told it to us about this feature or someone else.
Yeah.
That
It looks
they
nice
have-
for the spectators, but yeah, now we don't
Well,
know.
not for drone racing spectators. We want to see all the data.
Yeah, all the data.
Yeah.
But maybe our behind the scenes plant Phil can hook us up with some info. Or let me just I'm gonna message I'm gonna message Free right now. Free is like the head of the tech ops team, and see if we can get some more behind
Maybe
the
he can
scenes.
join with his phone. Send me
Yeah,
the link.
Let's see what they say.
Oh wow!
BMS
well-
Thomas taking that win. Long time sponsored by Mission Tortilla. Do they eat a lot of tortillas in Australia?
Well, yeah, I mean, Mission Tortillas are awesome. Remember, like that they like sponsored the whole blow up gate deal
That's
that they had
right.
in Dallas, right? And like that has like worked. That since that time, anytime I bought like tortilla chips or like just store bought tortillas, not like homemade ones, like I'm like choosing Mission because they supported drone racing. So anybody out there like trying to figure out like some sponsor that's outside of drones, like it's very effective in my opinion to sponsor this sport because we are all very loyal patrons, and like I'm just Mission all the way now just from them doing that.
Mission
Mr.
call
Heads
us
Up
up.
is asking, do we know anything about when the grand finals is? So the grand finals supposed to start officially 20 minutes ago, but I think they had a delay of the match 5, and so now is basically match 5 happening. And I would assume that because it was already delayed and the looks like officials are already there, everyone who should be there. I hope so. So probably right after match 5, but no promises. We're like an official live stream with minimum amount of information, although we try to find some before the live stream and kind of prepare. Phil was a nice addition.
Yeah.
Let's see if Free can join. That'd be cool too. Maybe Free wears that. I don't know the name of that thing in English.
Well, we're just gonna keep calling it a gown until we know any better.
Yeah.
So, question from Fly High FPV. When's the next Spill the Tea gonna be? He's been loving the series and he caught up and listened to all of them. Well, we appreciate your patronage. It's been really fun for us to do. We try so hard to get on a schedule and say we're going to do it like twice a month, or we even thought we were going to do like twice a month, a new one, and one with the wipe down. And then, well, we're all just living our life too. And so it's just been hard for us to make it happen on a schedule. But we've got, still a list of very exciting guests to pull together. And like, Yvonne always says, if you watch his channel, that if he's not lazy, then he'll make another one. And I really think it's all Yvonne's fault. Completely only Yvonne's fault.
Well, you're just missing all of a sudden for like 3 weeks.
That's right. I've been on a bit of a journey the last few weeks. You see me in private, we can talk about it. And but I'm back now and here. New Neil is here.
But we're really thinking about, because like the current drama in drone racing is Street League and MultiGP situation. And we're really thinking about like, should we invite Sky? I don't know. Like, it wouldn't be fair if we just invite Chris. But would Sky agree? I don't know. Like, would it be for any good? Maybe not. So
but there's some tea to spill there, and I've got tea to spill. Not tea to spill, but that whole shit is just really I'm not supposed to cuss on this stream, but either way, like that's how I feel about that. It's very disappointing. And like
that was appropriate. Like you cursed a little bit, but for that situation, that's appropriate. Like
it is. It is. Like here we need to pull this up real quick. I saw just in accordance to this situation, like just because we're filling some time to do that. Like I saw this meme made by Keith, one of the guys from 901, and but honestly, then I made this comment here, like it needs to be Street League punching themselves, because like that's what I really think. The only thing that happened in this whole deal is that Street League just, in my opinion, just looks kind of silly doing that, and that it should just be a meme of like, stop hitting yourself, stop hitting yourself, stop hitting yourself, because I feel like that's what's happening. Is that they just kind of hit themselves with this.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, we got Kevin Turner, Mr. Quad Dog, $99.99 super chat. Thank you, man. That's like I think if we do live stream every day, and then Kevin would still donate every day $100, and then I can quit my day job. Just like just leave off Kevin Turner donations.
Yeah. So just mentioning the Free, that Phil is saying that Free has been like a real MVP, and I believe that. Free comes and travels with me for all my streaming events that aren't local. Yvonne does my one here local, but then Free comes with me to be like sort of my tech and all my streaming stuff, and it's like by far the best tech I could ever have. Like that man is a genius and a cool guy all in one. And so if you're going to have to travel and like be with somebody, you should enjoy them, but then also have someone with the talent to do it. And like, man, I'm lucky to have him all the time.
Nice.
Yeah, Mr. Free is so cool. Mr. Free, you're cool. You're probably not listening. I wonder what the tech team is doing. Like, all right, there is like a team for live streaming. I think they're very busy. What about like the drone team? Are they like constantly fixing broken drones?
I think they must be doing that. They must have quad runners, right? Because they're going on very fast.
Yeah, they're also having to like, I imagine, make sure that the lights are corresponding to the pilot that's about to fly them. Making sure that all the props are on there. They probably do a test hover prior to putting them on the line.
And I noticed each pilot's using their own radio. So I wonder how they're doing the control link. Are they passing modules back and forth, or?
I know that they did all have to get ELRS modules for their radios. So the pilots are using their own radio, but using like, I believe, a provided module. Nice. And then, I guess, I don't know, like logistically, would they just hand them a module that they plugged in, or are they passing over their radio to the tech team to where the tech team behind the scenes takes their radio and like make sure that it's working? Because they're doing a good job with the between the heat time. I mean, it's staying at like less than 10 minutes for sure. And some of them have been even faster, where they kind of just show their little video and then spend the time, you know, just announcing all the pilots, and then they're ready to go. And as soon as these guys land, they're off the stage, and the next guys are lined up and on the stage again. So as far as having like an acceptable heat time, like this is faster than going to like a horse race or going to a dog race. Like those can take. I've been in the horse races once. It's 45 minutes, an hour between heats. You go to the dog race, it's 20 minutes between races. So, like, as far as live racing goes, they're really not to compare these guys to animals, although some of them definitely are.
Some of them animals, some of them are robots. So, like, it's like some of them are robotic animals.
Yeah.
So, I think this is the finals of match 5.
All right.
Of race number 5. They're set to go to the skies one more time on a Sunday night in Sharjah. Pilots,
we got MCK, BMS Thomas,
we're live on the
Leviathan, and Killian.
What a match.
Yes. This could be a look at your grand final. Leviathan
Man, you can see, like,
one spot as we look out. Line of sight still
if you start a little late, you are just
he goes to the high pole
behind.
MCK got midair.
BMS Thomas is out. H0 screen of death.
But look at the white of MC or purple of MC.
Points
so then Killian out front, big time.
Onto lap number 2, but don't count out
Yeah, Leviathan
He's going to
is
be
way
hard
in the
to
back.
chase down. But
MCK made a mistake.
Third, looking for some points, trying to
I think MCK still got a lot of points. He probably will be in the finals anyways.
Looking good, and now we're seeing a little bit of gap and separation.
But he's last now.
Levi's down, so he could still
so
get
he'll be
second.
second.
He goes on to lap number 3, 2 in, 2 down for
Well,
Killian.
guys, consistency
And here's MCK
matters a
over the
lot.
Start-finish gate. He's at the midway
that's
point.
surprising.
A lap down, a lap to go.
I could win
First time
this.
here tonight. I'm gonna take a breath.
I mean,
5 seconds,
to be
guys.
said, like,
can
you
follow
always
this. I
downplay
need
it,
to
but
hold your
you
hand.
have
Killian
really
in
good
blue
nerves
is
management.
on the 3rd lap, about to go on the last one, and MCK trying to gain some ground in the purple.
Let's see.
But that's 5.2 seconds back. Imagine me taking a breath. Imagine Killian taking a breath right now.
I think the total
No
heat
matter
is
what
like
happens,
1.5
he's in our grand
minutes
final
or like
tonight,
minute
and he will
40.
be caution, care, and cool across our line. Killian,
Boom.
your
Killian
race
followed by
5
MCK.
champion.
Ooh,
Killian
champion race
takes
5.
another one.
Yeah, he took a lot of them.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, look at them standing on the chair.
He was surprised for me. Like, I expected him to do well, but not like he's pretty much guaranteed podium, it looks like.
Well, I mean, it's going to be 4 pilots going to this final. So what we're going to see is the top 4 in the grand final run through the Chase the Ace format.
Yeah.
So it's not guaranteed for him to be on the podium, but he's gonna. It's it looks like it's gonna take some mistakes out of him for him not to be there, because he has really shown to be very strong in this format for sure.
So I don't see them updating. So Killian and MCK.
Something's moving on the list now. Go ahead.
Okay, special. Phil says the special guest is in his seat, so it'll be a fast turnaround to start the grand final.
Heck yeah.
So
look at that behind the scenes
tuned,
data.
Guys, don't get anywhere and go anywhere. Get a snack and get right back because it's about to go down.
Yeah. Well, we're not going offline as well as MultiGP. So yeah, John, you told me that I have like a good nerve management. I don't manage my nerve, but I have a good understanding of how nervous am I and how much I need to slow down to, like, you know what I mean.
Yep.
I was like, oh, I'm super nervous. I'm gonna fly very slow. We'll have a more brutal word for this type of flying, but it's not for this live stream.
Yeah, I guess some other people get more nervous, and if you stay consistent, even if it's slow consistent.
Yeah. Like some people, when they're nervous, they still feeling the need of like going fast, and but that's never gonna work good. So
I wonder if that helps like Banny, right? Because all of those professional film gigs, it's like you have one shot. Everyone's watching. You're costing everyone money, and you have to be able to perform exactly where it needs to go.
Yeah. Well,
that could reduce these nerves.
Let's just go back to qualifying. Let's see, where's the qualifying? Yeah, so this qualification, I mean, it's not a lot of rounds in qualification, but you can see how close the time is. Like,
God, so close.
it's all within like 2 seconds, 3 seconds.
Yeah,
it's crazy. Like from Kali to MCK,
it's less than 2 seconds, or 2 seconds and change, less than 3 seconds.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
So getting a good hole shot and getting out in front is like really important. We saw right there that midair pretty much cost 2 people their spot in the race. Like, and so at least Minchan was able to finish. That's a huge. If you can limp across that finish line, that's a lot more points.
Yeah, need to finish for sure. Yeah, every position counts in this type of format for sure. Then we had our boy Shames
they've done here.
Oh yeah, we missed Shames on the stream. Oh, there we go.
And the kindness of the people of Sharjah, and it's an absolute honor here to have drone racing in front of this wonderful crowd here on this Sunday night.
So and there's Claire.
Nice.
I mean, it's beautiful. We are so lucky to have you guys. One more round of applause for these incredible winners. Make some noise, you guys, a bit louder. Yalla Sharjah.
Yalla Sharjah.
Grand finale will be starting in the next 4 to 5 minutes.
Sounds
so
cool.
Go anywhere,
sounds like authentic.
Big round of applause. Make
yeah,
some noise.
like
one more time.
You would have thought I knew what I was saying.
We're going to be right back with the grand finale, you guys. مرة تانية أكيد السباق الأخير حيكون بعد.
So yeah, who are you going to see? It looks like
we're going to be right back. Do not go anywhere.
I haven't seen much change here, but it looks like on our little cheat sheet behind the scenes that we're getting fed from the race ops team at MultiGP that we're going to see Killian, Leviathan, MCK, and Benny UK in the grand final. We'll see if that changes, but that's what we're seeing right now on our sheet.
Yeah, Killian, Leviathan, MCK, and Benny UK. Yep.
So, like, is there any change in strategy for Chase the Ace versus like the single elimination they've been doing?
I think that, well, kind of in both of these, you have got to go for the win because, well, I don't know. It's so hard because, like, in that, in this single elimination, you had to win to go on to the finals. So while second place was important, you got more points than the people that finished third and fourth in the heats around you. You had to go for the win because you had to win to move on to the finals. And somewhat similar here, none of these guys want second, third, or fourth place. They only want to win. So it doesn't really do you a lot of good to hold off and like get second and not go for the pass because you have got to get the W's to take the W and chase the ace.
I think it also, like, you gotta understand, like, that's where self-assessment comes very handy. Like, if you can, like, objectively self-assess you against the pilots you're flying with, right? And, like, if I were flying versus MCK, like, if I was there in the heat, I would be like, I'm not gonna push it. I will just, fly steady, no crashing, and wait for other pilots to crash, right?
Right.
But then
you
on
get
the
in traffic a little bit.
But then on the other hand, right, if MCK flies against lower pilots, he probably also can realize, all right, they're holding off a little bit and they're waiting for me to crash, and I'm gonna slow down a little bit too. And MCK can do that for sure. He's like also, I think, very strategic pilot. We've seen him slowing down a little bit so that he doesn't crash. So
I was watching Ice Race. His brackets were almost exactly 90% speed of his qualifying time. It was like so precise. And I even asked him, are you doing that on purpose? Is like, how did you exactly dial it back by 10%?
Yeah,
Mr. Phil, appreciate the
skills.
Back
About 2 minutes.
Yeah.
2 minutes to go. So warm up is saying that he believes the gown is called a condura. So that sounds nice. That sounds better than gown for sure.
It looks comfy.
Yeah. So we're gonna go with that for now. Unsubstantiated claim, but we're gonna go with the condura. Appreciate that, warm up.
Is it the thing they have on, the white thing?
Yeah.
Condura?
That's what we think. Yeah.
Long
So these guys, 3 of these guys, I think, only have like 4 or 5 minutes till they have to fly again. Like, what are they doing in those 4 or 5 minutes to try to get themselves ready? Are they trying to calm, like trying to focus?
Yeah, I think it's that. I think it's like if they're into meditation, they're meditating. If they're not into meditation, they're kind of meditating without knowing it. I think that they're doing some deep breathing. They're like flying the track in their head. They are just making themselves calm, like getting their nerves down. I heard from Evan Turner, like of making positive affirmations in your head, like as opposed to like instead of saying "don't crash," saying "I will complete the race," and like that is a very powerful affirmations in your head, where that your brain doesn't hear the don't crash, doesn't hear the don't, only hears crash, and it's like you're almost saying in your head crash, crash, crash. But if you say, I will fly smooth, I will complete the race, I will fly to the best of my abilities, like those are the type of
So I didn't understand. He said trolled about his last phrase, and then he said joked about trolling. Like, where is the truth?
I'm not sure. Either way, it's probably smart for us to not say things on the chat in different languages that we don't understand. That should just probably be a good rule for us. Because, like, who knows what I just said out loud.
We are going to be starting the grand finale race right now, which is going to be fantastic. So when I do, please help, my brother Joe, and let's put our hands together for the grand finale of the multiple drone racing champions right here in Sharjah, Al Majaz Amphitheater. Make some noise, Sharjah. Joe, to you.
Well, it comes down to this, your grand final of the 2024 Sharjah MultiGP Champions Race. This grand final hosted inside the Al Majaz Amphitheater on this beautiful LED-lined track. Our final four are getting set to fly 4 laps around. If you're just joining us here tonight, hello and welcome. We're going to take you for a flight on the track of the MultiGP Champions Race. Our first gate is this one up high to your top left. It is the high elevated gate. When we come out of there, it's a beautiful look at that Sharjah skyline as we go over to our treacherous tower. We're going to split S, Top Gun style, from the top to the bottom and head towards our backstage gate. If you're in the crowd, the pilots are looking at you at this point as they get set to do that big sweeping turn up to the left. Now to the part of the section of the track where you're going to see the crashes and some of those legendary passes as they go full send in our back carousel or sweeper around those 9 LED lined pylons and out of the sweeper through the Keep It Honest gate right here.
This is a very
Final
big track.
turn of lap number 1 happens here at the low pylon, and our start finish gate center stage here in the Al Majaz. And there is a lap of the track featured at the 2024 Sharjah MultiGP Champions Race as we get set for the grand final. Our format
I know that
tonight,
there was some consideration as drone racing was possibly Olympic sport. Like, I think this kind of proves that it's watchable for sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, yeah, it all depends on the on what. You gotta have a lot of talent and understanding of the sport to do these type of live stream. I think you know what I mean.
Yeah. Well, and MultiGP would be the team to pull
For
it
sure.
off. I think, like you said, it takes a lot of talent behind the scenes, right? So
Yeah.
not only is it the talent of the pilots, but it's the talent of the team being able to make sure that the drones are ready, that the pilots are ready and moving, that the stream is happening, that the tech is happening to be able to see it. There are so many moving parts to be able to pull off an event like this. But I'm very proud to see MultiGP pull this off, for sure.
All right, guys, who do you think is gonna win the whole thing?
Man, if you would have showed me this pilot list prior to watching this weekend's event, I would have said for sure MCK. But watching this, I mean, Killian has been super hard to beat through this event, and I kind of feel like he's the favorite here, although it's really difficult to ever count out Minchan.
Yeah, he's like 0.2 seconds on qualifying behind MCK, and that's not a lot of time. Like, just think about 0.2 seconds. It's crazy.
Yeah. No, yeah, it's nothing. Like, that's the less than a blink of an eye.
I'll be cheering for Leviathan. I don't know. I like this guy. MCK won enough. Right?
Well, I don't know. He doesn't have your jacket. Limon's jacket actually helped Leviathan win Texas Winter
That's
Nationals.
true. Yeah.
That's right.
Can he win without the jacket though?
Well, the jacket spirit is on Leviathan now. So
Yeah. Yeah. And then, yeah, you know, Banny UK has really shown that he belongs there as well. So this is going to be some great racing. I'm really fired up to see. We're going to see a Chase the Ace format. So we're going to see at the least 2 heats, at the most 5 heats. I honestly hope that we get to see 5.
yeah. So that everyone wins once, and then there's just 1 heat at the end. Like, that'd be so cool. Let's see. I think he's very nervous. Look at that.
Oh yeah.
What he's
so
thinking.
Two Dog says he's cheering for Levi, but putting his money on Killian. I mean, that's appropriate.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much accurate. Aligns with me too. Let's listen.
And look at that international lineup, though, right? So we got France, USA,
Killian,
South Korea, and UK.
Yeah, Killian also has a FIFA MultiGP mustache, just like Noah.
He does.
So.
He does.
And they're playing some cool music there. I thought we're not gonna get muted for that.
One question. Sunday night, Championship Sunday, Sharjah, are you ready?
Oh, we're so ready.
Yeah, we're ready. We're like just feeling it. Here we go.
On the tone in less than 5. They are up and in the skies. Your leader in the blue, Killian, as he goes upside down to contact with MCK.
Oh, and him and MCK locked up and like they put it in the water. It looked like.
Here, Whoa! Round number 1. What does that mean? No matter the outcome, we're going to run.
So we got Levi and Bandy UK. It looks like Levi's up front now. He's got about
Bandy UK.
Let's go, Levi.
They are 0.7 of a second apart.
I guess they don't have whole shot rule, right?
No, I don't think so. Or they didn't discuss it. They didn't call it back there. I mean, it was after the first gate if they did put it in. So.
I think it was after,
yeah. They both did going into the top of the
Well, the start gate is pretty close, right? So.
Yeah. There goes the green and white Leviathan. There's Bandy UK. 1.7 seconds back. He's found
so yeah, Levi's opened up the gap even more. So as long as he just keeps it clean here, it looks like he's going to take the first ace.
Come on, Leviathan.
For all the Levi lovers out there, let's
go. Your leader, Leviathan, sees you in his feet. Cheer him on as he goes on to lap number 4.
Final lap.
UK, the World Drone Pre-Champion, is
opened up even more of a gap. He's got a huge gap there.
Speaking of which, MCK just about took off again, but it doesn't matter.
Well, Binary UK is giving it all, but
the excitement continues
he definitely is.
As no matter
what,
we race again.
Time there.
Your first round winner from America.
All right, let's go, Levi.
Let's go, Leviathan. Nice.
Taking the first dub.
Wow.
Nice.
Let's see him pop up. Oh, look at that confidence.
The biggest finishes we've seen tonight.
He's like, I'm here for that. It's
yep.
okay.
Even
he's got one down.
Last night,
you got excited.
The win
I'm
by
not.
2.9 seconds of the first round. Your first ace to chase for the
So this will be very interesting to see how quick they do this change.
Yeah.
Because they don't have to change the pilots. They're only just picking up the quads that are out there and putting down new quads.
How are they How are they choosing, like, because they need to bind the drone, right? They kind of just take the drone from the stack.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I'm wondering if they have 4 modules for each of the 4 chairs, and then maybe like 20 drones bound to each module. And so, like, you sit here.
Every pilot should have brought his own radio, so...
They did.
I know, but if you plug a module in, it's bound to the module.
Oh,
and as long as you have your switches set up.
Yeah.
I don't know that for sure. I'm just guessing.
Yeah, like that'd be smart. So like every pilot sets up a special model on his radio, right? And he just on this model all day long, and he comes to the chair, and there is a radio module like Express LRS laying on the chair. You just plug it in, and and then you just open OSD and change the color of your LEDs, and that's it. By the way,
Pretty
they're supposed to, I'm not 100% sure, but I think they're running a firmware, like a beta flight modification that I made for MultiGP, that for easy changing of LEDs and stuff. Like you can change its blinking from switch, and like I'm excited about that.
Nice.
All right, so there. Let's see what Joe's
Neil is
got
not
to
excited.
say now. No, I mean this is safe.
They're going, man. They're quick. Look at the
Look, they're
turnaround so
oh, they're ready. They're ready.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Leviathan is ready. Come on, let's go,
taking a
Levi.
look at things here behind the scenes.
Uh-oh, what are we looking at behind the scenes?
They are checking a video downlink.
Uh-oh.
So the
Video
results on that
issues.
last one, once again,
H0
Leviathan
difficulties.
first, Danny UK second,
I didn't want to
MCK
say it that
third,
way.
and Killian fourth.
I had
So
to, sorry,
what does
just
that
one
mean,
time.
guys? If Leviathan wins this next round, he is your 2024 Sharjah MultiGP champion. He'll be the guy on the top of our podium to round out our grand final tonight. But the race
Oh yeah,
is
Limon on
not
OSD for
done
sure
yet.
gives you boost. It's
It's
just
Danny
firmware
UK
checks.
who was second,
If you
MCK
have Limon on
FPV who was
OSD,
third, or Killian
Yeah.
who was
it gives
fourth,
you extra.
and our
Extra
two-race
3%.
winner
Yeah.
and top qualifier
Constant
win
boost.
round two. That means we go to another round. We
All right,
run
so I'm torn here. It's like I want
until
Levi
the
to
pilot
win,
gets two.
but
He
like, can he
wins.
not win this
Our
one so we
first
get to
stage
watch
to
more
chase
racing?
that guy on your
Yeah.
screens. Leviathan is your gunner. Everyone else running for him. Pilots, let's do
Ooh,
it.
drying
Tour
off the
Championship
hands,
Sunday
MCK.
night in
Look at him. Does that mean he's
There you go.
nervous, or is that just like
This is how you
super
win,
pro
guys.
tip?
Live on the Tone in less than 5. Go Tone, you're looking at some redemption.
Oh, Levi
right
with
there.
a good
He called the
launch
whole
there.
shot four
He's
wide
so
at
good at that
elevated
whole
gate.
shot.
Here's where you usually see a little bit of separation. and it's
Leviathan.
hard to tell right
Let's
there.
go, Leviathan.
MCK now up in the number 1 spot. Killian right with them.
They're on
As
each
is
other.
God, it's
Leviathan.
tight.
Yeah.
There's
So
the
tight.
lead.
Leviathan
Front of the
and
sweeper we
P2.
go. Look like
Yeah,
Leviathan
yeah,
running
yeah.
number 2 spot. It's MCK in the purple.
Benny
in
UK
the number
pretty
1
far
spot
behind.
here. Lap 1
Yeah.
done. It's
Killian
MCK,
is also pretty
Leviathan,
far
Killian,
behind.
Benny UK. The whole field separated by
Well, like
less
pretty
than
far
half
behind. It's like a
second.
quarter of
Well,
a second.
Leviathan
Yeah, but
wins
it's
the
just a lot.
But this
Anyone
amount
else
of
to do
distance
it?
is like
And
gonna be
look
2
who's
laps to try to
number
catch.
one,
Ooh,
You're
Levi's
right.
in the lead.
Leviathan
Wow,
leading
with the
our
big
field.
lead there,
It's our
two
sweeper
poles,
here on
looks
lap
like,
number
2 pole
2.
lead.
Yeah, looking, I'm on board with MCK
God, what
FPV.
happened?
I see Leviathan
This
and
might be
MCK
it, guys.
sights. There's Banny UK, Killian.
Oh, come
Bryson
on,
a
can you
second,
imagine
separating
if
all
Leviathan
four.
wins
And
it?
we are
Like,
chasing
Just
the
shuts her
guy
down,
that they were
1,
talking
2.
about on the
Oh,
MultiGP YouTube
damn.
channel earlier tonight as the fastest in America. That could
That's
be
how we
true.
comment in Texas
right now,
when
he is the fastest
real
in the
stuff
UAE,
happening. You're just
and he is now on his final lap. And Leviathan's able to hold
First
off
place is
that
in the
field.
lead.
He is going to
Second
be
place
your
right
winner
behind.
tonight. He's trying his best. Out of the tower we go.
If he
MCK
doesn't make a
and
mistake,
UK,
that's it.
The 2 World Drone pre-earners
More
are
gas.
trying to
Oh,
stop
we're
this
about to
man.
crown
But he is
Levi.
Captain America.
Oh, and the
Leviathan
live stream
on
lagging.
his final lap. The green and white coming to our checkered. He is your
Oh,
champion.
come on!
Leviathan,
Oh,
USA
Look
USA
at that.
champion.
What a
Look at
huge
that. I
finish.
Wow.
can't
That is
Damn.
sick.
Good
That's
job,
awesome.
man. Leviathan.
Dude, and it's like he
Oh.
doesn't even know what to do. Like, he does not look as fired up as he should be right now.
Exactly.
I think he's shot.
He's sliding
Hey,
on that thing.
My name's Levi Johnson, and I'm from Los Angeles, USA. Pilot competition here is just truly world class.
So,
There's so many
yeah, as I
legendary
understood,
pilots,
yeah,
and everyone
that's
coming
Chase the
together
Ace. They were running Chase
will just
the
make for
Ace.
Yeah.
some amazing racing.
That's it.
So,
I think the pilot
like,
that I'd like to
peeking
race
onto
against
the
the most is
scoring
probably
sheet.
North Left
Oh, maybe
TV.
we won't give it
He's
away.
just
We'll
such a
just let
skilled
him.
pilot.
We'll let him.
But I know
do it
I'm
here.
skilled, and I just can't wait to see who finishes first. I
And
think going
it's Levi.
forward, my strategy is just going to be to keep a clear head. It's really important to not let the
Wow.
losses get to you. It's important to not let the wins get to you either. Just stay focused throughout the whole race. It doesn't matter
Does
if you're
he
ahead in
do
the
a lot
first
of
few seconds.
7-inch
All that
racing?
matters is if you're ahead
No.
of the finish line.
He doesn't.
I think people should cheer for me.
So that's just
That's
still.
impressive. I'm just out here trying my best. Today. Doesn't matter if I get no sleep. Doesn't matter if I lose. I'm just trying to have fun. Doesn't matter if I haven't practiced in 6 months.
Is that for real?
Yeah, well, I don't know. I think he's still.
Well, we didn't think it was going to be a 2-up and 2 down until we went green. That last one, Leviathan getting the field by 0.8 of a second. But again, the format is chase the ace, and what you need to do is get 2 wins. And after round 1, he was our ace to chase, and there he is, 2 up, 2 down. Leviathan to be your 2024 Sharjah MultiGP champion. You're looking at the points. You got a third and a second for MCK FPV to be second. Banny UK a second and a third. Yes, the finishes match on points, but it is the last run race as our tiebreaker, just like when they do motocross here inside of the Al Majaz Amphitheater.
It's a race off.
And Killian, top
Race
on
off.
points,
Race
but in the
off.
grand final, not the best luck. We get set to award.
Yes, Killian is number 4.
Yep, that's racing for you, right? Like you're never gonna know what's gonna happen until it happens. And
our award
that's what happened.
ceremony for the 2024 Sharjah MultiGP
I can't believe.
Champions
All right,
Race
well,
Grand Final.
let's see if someone
We
can
turn
join
your
us
attention to the main stage as we are once again joined
from the stage.
by Big
Why are they
Cass
flying again?
for our award ceremony here tonight.
I think just
as we have the
maybe
drones
this is
in the
not live.
skies
Yeah.
behind the scenes, as we round
Or
out
maybe
the
the Sheik wanted to see
2024
another race.
Sharjah MultiGP
Yeah.
Champions Grand Race, and we welcome back Mr.
But it's like
Well,
I don't see pilots in those
Thank you,
chairs.
Joe.
So who
This
the hell
has
is
been
flying these? Like
remarkable in every single way.
maybe this
now
is like
very
the
exciting.
tech team.
It's been incredible.
Just a show
The drone
race, yeah, the
racing,
tech
team.
you know,
Maybe
of course,
free flying.
Sharjah. I want
Yeah,
you guys
free
all
and
to make some
A-drone
noise
and
for Sharjah. Make
some
some
of the
noise
boys
for our
back have
lovely
been working
Emirates.
the
Man.
whole
Make some
time,
noise.
get to run some packs. Well, that's really awesome for sure.
I'm going to talk in English and Arabic real quick, and it is time right now. This is the grand finale podium presentation. It's a huge honor, of course. I want you guys to welcome with me His Highness Sheikh Sultan bin Ahmed Al Qasimi, Deputy Ruler of Sharjah and Chairman of the Sharjah Media Council. His Excellency
go,
Tariq Saeed
Sheikh.
Alai, the Director General of the Sharjah Government Media Bureau.
You know,
and
I'm
the
a big
founder
fan
and
of this
CEO
Sheik
MultiGP
because
Drone
they
Racing,
decided to
Chris
spend
Thomas
money to
from the
bring
United
racing
States
to
of
their
America. Please give them all a
Emirates,
big
and
round of
like
applause. Make some
that
noise
makes him my
for
favorite
them.
Sheik for sure.
Yeah.
لتسليم الجوائز للفائزين أدعو المسرح سمو الشيخ سلطان بن أحمد القاسمي نائب حاكم الشارقة رئيس مجلس الشارقة الإعلام، سعادة طارق سعيد علاي مدير عام المكتب الإعلامي لحكومة الشارقة.
Let's see, we're gonna
Well,
see
whoever's
that.
running those squads in the background, they got a good race going on too.
Yeah.
يستاهلوا تحية أكبر تحية.
This is what we need Phil. We need Phil back to show us this. We
Exactly,
can blow
yeah.
up Phil's stream for the live feed.
I'm gonna send Phil a message again.
Man, Levi stole the win. Remember when he signed up for Texas Winter Nationals in the middle of the night? No one knew he was coming. He just showed up and stole the win from us, and he's done it again all the way in UAE.
That's awesome.
What a performance.
Let's get it. Yeah, that's awesome for Levi. I'm very proud of him. I know that there was a lot of talk whenever the DRL list was never announced, but the people in the know that got to know the list, there was a lot of question as to whether or not these open class fast boys would be, like him and Neukel, would be able to do well in this stock racing situation, the slower spec. And he's really proven that tonight that he was able to do that. I mean, he was able to fly well enough throughout the weekend to get himself into the finals. And when the finals came, he just won up, one down, and shut the show down. And good job to him.
Yeah, and Leviathan came third in the match 5. Also, Leviathan came third in match 4. He came first in match 3. He came 5th in match 2 and came 4th in match 1. So you can see it's like, you know, he's not at the very top all the matches, but he's very consistent. Like,
yep.
No crashing, always finishing within like top 5 all the matches, and he got 1 win in match 3. And yeah, man, it's awesome. Like, I can't believe like that. Who was that? 2 Dogs said he's cheering for Leviathan, and I was like, yeah, I am with you. And he wins back to back 2 times in a row. Like, it's crazy.
So
we talked about.
Gotta, go ahead.
We talked a little bit about his whole shot ability, and I think that played a big factor in the first round because he was just ahead of that traffic that took both MCK and Killian out of the race. Like, how important is that whole shot? And like, do you think he practices it? Does he just have superhuman like reaction times?
Yeah, probably both. You know, you definitely are not going to be this good at drone racing without having some really on point reaction time ability, right? Like that's what drone racing is being able to be on top of it, in control of your craft, and reacting at the precise moments to get yourself around the track as well as possible. And then for sure, it's something you should practice. You should be working on getting off the line first, because if everyone's behind you, you are in a much safer place in regards to mid-airs. And then in regards to pressure, right, it's so much easier to fly with nobody in your face. Whereas if you got a quad in your face, you're trying to like adjust your line to not hit them. You can kind of get in your head a bit that like, oh man, I need to push because I'm not in first. So like being able to get out ahead, especially in these like slow spec type of races, is such a big deal.
Janet says he took off early because he's young.
How old is Levi? Does anybody know?
I think he's somewhere 20? In the 19-20 range. Yeah.
I think of course maybe being young is helping, but practice is helping more than being young. That's what I would say.
Yes. Yeah.
So if you're young and practicing, you're killing it, right?
Yeah,
he said
if you're old and
practicing,
if you're old and practicing, you can still kill it for sure.
Yeah, but Levi was also a grinder. I can remember when Velocidrone added the hour counter at the bottom, he was the first person to cross 1,000 hours. And like and that was a couple of years ago now, right? So like that amount of grinding just builds such great skill, you know, like such great muscle memory for sure.
And just being able to be atop of his game at all these different classes, right? He's traditionally a very well-known open class pilot. He's also newbie drone team pilot. So I think he races whoops like at the top at a high level. And then today on 7-inch, like how hard is that to be good at all these different classes?
Yeah, I think that just shows how skilled he is, right? I mean, like that he has the ability to perform in all the ways you can perform in this sport. So
I also think, honestly, like, you know, well, Mr. Neil is a known hater of open class, and I like to confront with him that open class is still a king. Like, if you're good at open class, you will be good very quick in the slow specs. And it doesn't work vice versa. Like, if you're very good at freedom spec, you will be like bad in open class for a long time. I think.
Bad's not the right word, but you're not wrong in what you're saying.
It's just so much easier to switch from fast quads to slow quads than vice versa. At least for me, and I think I've seen it for a lot of people too.
Yeah.
So, and Leviathan is very cracked up on open class. He's crazy fast in open class.
He is.
And I don't think he's been in. Has he been in any like street league events or freedom spec events?
Not many.
I don't think so. Yeah, I think he's an open class.
Does he even own a 7-inch quad?
Probably.
I'm not sure. I mean, like, but you know,
well, maybe he built one, because we know Amari built one practice rig that like very close to this spec, and he was flying with us here, like at Sparks RC, practicing for that. Can we disclose how Amari practices for this race?
Yeah, he just flies hard. I mean,
like we were there hanging out, just chilling and talking to each other, and Amari was sending pack to pack like half day straight. And the next day he was leaving to Sharjah, and he was practicing. Like he brought his wife, and she was just chilling in the car, and he was sending pack after pack after pack.
That's what it takes, man. That's what it takes. I mean, Amari is also known to be quite the sweat, and like he works hard to be good and works hard to find every opportunity to gain an advantage over his competition. But the number one opportunity you can take advantage of to get that is to fly. And
do you think Amari was upset that he wasn't allowed to modify anything on the drone? Because
probably
because he would be down to modify some.
Or like rates or what?
Just everything, like, you know, like shave the arms a little bit, you know. Put some gear between the motor and the propeller.
Yeah,
And
go ahead.
Yeah, let's see. Amari finished number 5 in match 1. Then he finished number 4 in match 2. So he was on fire at the beginning.
Yeah.
And then
that number 4 in match 2 is kind of the only big quad faux pas that the tech team has had in this event. And me watching it, that he had a quad that had a chopped motor wire, and it was able to hover. But when they went to launch it, Free said that there was only just a few strands of wire holding one of the motor wires together, so they were able to hover it. But when it went to full throttle, it was like too much and broke the rest of that free, and he just basically wasn't able to get off the blocks. So that time in the finals where he finished 4th, it's really because he got put with a quad that just wasn't ready to be on the line. And if you think about, if you watch a bunch of DRL races, you for sure saw more than one quad not perform in any of their events. So that's like another tip of the hat to the MGP team and the Tech Ops team led by Free there with the whole capable crew behind him. I know that Free was there, Mondo was there who built it all, Charles was there. They had Adron, there's a couple other guys just there to run the tech, and those are all very capable pilots and very capable tech guys. So let's go back to the stream. It looks like there's something happening
Top 5,
there.
Alex FPV. 4th, Killian. And back to our podium winners. 2nd runner-up, 3rd on our podium, Banny UK. Your reserve champion, MCK FPV. And finally, your champion, Leviathan.
Let's go, Leviathan. This is
Joe,
so
it's
cool.
been a blessing doing this, but I know my people can be louder. Sharjah, be loud. 1, 2, 3, make some noise.
Listen at the crowd. I love it.
This is incredible and amazing every single way, of course. Big love and respect to the Sharjah Government Media Bureau and MultiGP. This has been amazing. Your Highness, thank you so much.
I want to see
Your
faces.
Excellency, thank you so much.
So far.
And again, a big round of applause. Make some noise, please, everybody. أسمع أكبر تحية للكل. يعطيكم ألف عافية. This is, of course, the full team. 16 pilots from around the world. The team has been amazing. They had so much fun. Enjoy the rest of your night in Sharjah. Congratulations to the 2024 Sharjah MultiGP champion. Make some noise, Sharjah.
That'd make a great episode of Spill the Tea.
Oh, yeah.
You can be louder.
Leviathan,
1, 2, 3.
who else?
Make some noise.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be cool to have Leviathan.
Yeah,
it'd be cool to get Chief on, maybe. This is his first time to go to a race in quite some time. Even some of the guys from behind the scenes, if we had, like, you know, Shames and Phil and Free, that'd be a great, you know, so like all the work that it took to pull it off. We could make a couple of episodes just around this event, like some with the pilots and then some with the team that made it happen. That'd be very cool.
I'd love to hear how, I know a lot of these guys went and saw some of the DRL matches, and some of them worked like as quad runners and stuff. I saw Shames in Miami working at that event, and they definitely learned a lot. And I feel like MultiGP now has like risen the bar even higher.
Yeah,
because the quality of the live stream has like surpassed DRL, even, I would say.
Yeah. And the local guys who build the track, because I know it's like, well, MultiGP sent the guidelines to build the track, but then the local crew build it like and lit up. Like, this is awesome job. Like, this is the coolest track I think we've seen in real life, honestly. Like,
they don't even have coal.
Yeah.
Maybe they didn't have coal. And I heard from Alex in one of our chats, Alex FPV said that this was his favorite track to ever race on. And he raced on a lot of DRL tracks. I know that PayPal Park was his previous favorite track to ever race on, but he said that this brought better racing than that. And so that's very awesome to the team at MultiGP for being able to make this track happen, because in order to make a track like this, there's so many things that have to go in that you have to consider about where the crowd is so that they can see the race, but also where the crowd is for safety in relation to the race line, so that you don't have mid-airs putting quads into the crowd. There's just, and then you have to consider that we want to build a track that creates a good spectacle for racing. So there's a lot that goes into making to making a track like that happen. And so just hats off to the team for being able to pull that off. I know that is not an easy job.
Yeah,
some nice behind the scenes shots.
Crazy preparations. Like they build a very neat, like a pilot things. I like it a lot.
The little walls between them is cool.
Yeah. This is MultiGP Tech Ops
team.
There they
go. Look at these guys.
Where's Adron there? The Adron is not in Tech Ops team. What was Adron?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he was like had another role that he wasn't exactly in the tech, or maybe this is just the guys that were around when the photo happened.
Yeah,
maybe he's taking the picture. Look how it's angled down a bit.
Oh,
so.
yeah, that's funny. It totally could have
You should be what's it called? Detective,
shit.
Jerry 5.
Yeah.
You should be detective. This is so funny. Let's see, and this is like the place in Sharjah. They have like the little island with one bridge, where they had a race, and this point is where the tower was. Well, I don't think you can see my mouse, so I don't know why I'm showing with my mouse. But the little green circle is where the tower was, and you can see it's pretty close to water. I wonder if any drone went in the water.
Definitely one of them looked like whenever in that final, who it was MCK and Banny UK,
Killian.
I think. And Killian, there you go.
Killian, yeah.
They hit each other at the top of that tower and just kept going. And we saw MCK's feed was just a quad upside down for a little bit, but we did not see any feed from Killian. So it's very, very possible that that one went all the way into the Khalid Lake, it looks like it's called.
So this is a question to you, Neil, as like my favorite question. So if you are there in Sharjah, right, and you're free to do whatever you want at that race, and you know nobody can retrieve that quad from the water, you know where is that? Would you dive for it? And then you can have it. And then you can have it.
Yeah, I mean, like maybe if I knew a little bit more about the local wildlife there in Khalid Lake, and maybe the depths, and if it was retrievable, I would be very tempted to go get it. I mean, that's a little piece of history there, and would be quite the souvenir to bring home for sure.
Yeah, that's for sure. I'm well, I keep bugging Sean Ames so that they send me one of these quads for review. I'd be curious to put my hands on and fly it a little bit. Yeah, maybe they can send two for me and Johnny 5, and then we can race it. And then we can race it like.
Yeah, or three fits nicely in a package
three
too.
also, yeah. Actually, 4 usually is more than 3. Like.
Just even numbers are really just better.
Yeah. And then just leave a little room for Carl to send those goggles to Neil.
Fishing. Yeah, that's right. I mean, that could be in its own package. That's okay.
Oh, that's true.
We're still waiting on them, Carl. We're still waiting.
Let's see.
Yeah, Warnup says every pilot should get to take one home. I agree.
Oh, yeah. Well, I think the plan is that MultiGP uses these drones for other type of events that are hopefully coming in near future, right?
Yes, that was the plan and definitely the goal. I would love to see more of this happen, and I really appreciate Sharjah, the Emirate of Sharjah, and the Sheikh there having faith and wanting to bring an event like this there, and then putting their faith in MultiGP and choosing them to be the team that pulled this off. I think that they were without a doubt the right team to make this happen.
Mm-hmm.
And anybody out there that wants to fly the track and has Velocidrone, the official simulator of MultiGP, you can find the track there. I did hear Amari say that the scaling, that it actually felt a little bigger IRL than it did in Velocidrone. So that's maybe interesting to think about. But regardless, at least the tower, he said that what he said specifically was the tower was taller. It felt much taller in real life than it does in Velocidrone.
It's gigantic. You can see
it's very big.
So tall.
And you go through the top, and then you go through the middle, and then there's the whole like freaking 2 gates or even more underneath. Of the
it's
side.
A lot of space in between.
Yeah,
do we know
I really
how big
thought
the openings?
I don't. If I had to guess, they're 10 by 10 or maybe like 3 meters. If I had to guess.
No, it's vice versa. Actually, AA Sharjah reached to MultiGP and they, hey, like, can you put up some good drone racing for us? And That's what I know, and they certainly did put good drone racing for Sharjah. So
yeah,
I wonder how long they had to plan this, because designing the track, they got 533 to build them a stock drone and like build enough of them, and then figure out all the tech ops. Like
they did it all in a little over 2 months.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is crazy. That face you just made is about how I saw Sean's face every time I saw him over the last 2 months.
yeah. Sean was very busy, and I know Free and Armando building all these drones and designing the frame. And then they also had to design a special thing, because it's like 80 drones, 80 or 60 drones, I think 80. It's just how you even transport them. So they designed like a special cases to transport 3D printed things to like put them all neatly together. That was a lot of work.
Yeah, Mondo's definitely, I mean, such a smart guy, such a smart designer, and like would be, if I had to pick a guy to build a fleet for an event like this, he would be at the top of my list for sure. Well, so MultiGP just had this paid race that we all saw, but question coming in from the chat that Yvonne got to be a part of, that I was supposed to be a part of but missed out on it. There was a smaller but similar event that MultiGP was paid to host an event for entertainment for a country club just north of San Antonio. And Yvonne, we all saw you post that you brought home the big hardware for that.
Oh yeah, look at that! Look at that! Well, Cole left to Sparks RC, but Cole will be probably rewatching. Cole, you see that trophy? Our car was so full of trophies with me on first and Ian on third.
Yeah. So tell us a bit about that event, Yvonne. What was that like? And
that was pretty fun. So that was also an event that the local country club, the Fancy Golf Club, invited MultiGP. Well, I need a shut up a little bit, because we have Phil. Look at that.
Phil.
Can you hear us, Phil?
You want to say something to Ivan? Ivan, I almost hit your stream by accident. When were we at the watch party?
Yeah.
MultiGP one. I'd be talking to you guys. What's up, everyone? Glad you're with us.
Look at that, Mr. Just Kylie. You put some real good show.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Let's take a group photo.
Oh, nice.
Oh, put us in the group photo.
This is awesome.
And Neil.
Hey,
what's up? You're live. Oh, look at that. Maya on high there, making the trip to document the race. That's really awesome to see her there.
I tried.
Here we go. There's A-Drone.
Look at that.
Neil and Jack.
And we're live. A-Drone. Look at
You can
that.
hear me? Dude, I can hear you guys. Is this the live podcast too?
Yeah, you're on live now.
Yes, I love it. It's so good to see you guys. I miss y'all. Cannot wait to get back and hang out in Discord and stuff.
Hell yeah.
Dude,
you look so sick in that gown. Tell us, like, what is the official name of that gown that you had?
And I look forward to seeing you again. Can you say that one more time?
Yeah, like, you looked really dope in the gown, the pic that you and Free took. We showed it on the stream. But, like, what is that thing called? Do you know? Because we keep calling it a gown. Like, is there, like, a special name for that?
So I may say this wrong, but I believe it's pronounced Kadura.
Okay. Kadura. Nice. Well, then whoever told us that was not lying. So that's good.
Yes.
You boys look dope.
They're super comfortable. We actually talked to quite a few people here, and it's really cool of people to like accept their culture and try out their culture and stuff like that. So Free and I wanted to, check it out and see it and everything. Oh, it's picture time. I'm part of the crew. I gotta go.
All right.
Yeah, cool.
Thanks.
Awesome job, man.
Later. Hey, so Phil, maybe you know, maybe you don't. But like, did A-Drone have anything on underneath his Kadura?
I'll be right back.
Oh, I think.
Yeah, they gotta take a picture. All right. Well, either way, so
I think you're gonna take a picture with the phone. Oh, we're laying on the ground.
Yeah. Thanks.
Hold on.
Yeah, it says call done.
Alright, production guys, let's get on it.
Oh, now we got feet. So Oh, we're gonna be in the picture though. Like this is the camera guy, so like we're gonna be there. Oh, smile, boys.
Awesome.
Awesome, all right, everyone's in here. I like just a simple one like this. Make sure no one's hiding.
This is funny.
Good. Awesome. All right, guys, I'm going to take a few photos. Don't go anywhere. Everyone's got their headsets off. We're looking good. All right, don't go anywhere, guys. Here we go. Ready? 1, 2. And take a few photos. Big old smile. There we go. All right, hands up in the air. Celebrate.
Oh, man. This is great.
This was great.
Yeah, it's Phil. That was sick. Hell yeah, look at that team.
Just want to make sure you were here.
No. Guys, might need to take a knee.
Sorry.
We're gonna be in all the group photos.
I love it. Look, there's the back of Levi's head, the new champion. Our boy CT. Nice.
Best friend. Best friend.
This is
Family. Everyone sit down on the job. I'm liking it.
Right up. Hold up. Gotta get Narc in there.
Where Phil hided us.
We're all in Phil's pants right now.
Yeah.
Pilots only.
Pilots only. All right.
Pilots only. All right.
Oh yeah.
I see Adrian. Very cool.
American
Ivan.
Oh.
What's up?
What's up?
I got yelled at.
Fuck yeah. It's okay. It was worth it, Phil.
Yeah. I'll show you all tech ops too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's go.
Take us
Going
to see
down
it
there.
all.
I don't know how to flip the camera on this streaming thing.
Yeah, I don't know either, but yeah, you can do that.
Oh,
Mr.
man,
Mondo.
made it happen. Mondo, great work on these drones, man. Really put on a beautiful show.
He's like,
Great work.
Oh, thank you. We had a lot of fun.
Yeah, that was sick.
he looked tired.
Yeah, he does. They're like all worn
We're
out.
going to do a damage assessment, and then we got to throw like 16 drones in a case for each of us, and then we're taking them back home.
Nice. Damage assessment. Yeah, I'm wondering how many quads did they break.
Yeah, I don't know. I do know that they had, Phil said earlier, they had 6 quads per pilot. So that's like 70. That's a little over 100 drones.
So this is kind of like a staging area.
Okay.
So they lined all the quads up, ready to go for each round right here.
Nice.
So right here, they line them all up, and then they go straight to the podiums to go.
Oh, right
And then
next
that's
door.
Right there at the pilot's area. And that's like Paul's area.
We found 2, you know.
We also stacked drones, stacks on stacks on stacks. There's Bernie.
Hey, Bernie.
Hey.
Oh, hey.
Buddy.
Yeah, that's awesome. Phil, we had questions from the chat. Do you know, like, how were they binding quads to whoever's radio? Was there just a module that they plugged in? Or, like, when a pilot showed up, how was it bound to their radio?
Every quad, all 80 quads were bound to my radio, and then as we did check-in, we'd put all their settings on, and then we'd use Express LRS loan feature, and then we'd loan them to them, and then when they were out on the field, if there was ever a case where it was like stuck up in the tower or just like needed to be turned off and it was still plugged in, they'd return it and it would fail safe. But this radio was always off during the event, so then it would just fail safe the drone, and it would come back to this, and then we could bring it in and test it and everything, and then once we know a drone's good, we would loan it back.
So it's some fancy Express LRS loan feature. I guess like you can like loan your quad to a buddy to fly. That's kind of cool.
I think
That's
one of the
smart.
craziest things though, during the whole event, I think we killed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 6 drones total that were killed. Like the rest are still flyable, but of all 80 drones, we didn't kill a single camera or VTX. Every single camera and VTX is still good to go because of the steel box.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
That's sick. Great work on that design then, Mondo. That's just a testament to that for sure.
Exactly.
So here's kind of a repair area. This was somebody's drone.
Somebody's drone.
I don't know. They're doing a whole lot of taking apart already. Oh, if you saw Callie just kind of.
This was Killian's.
Oh, that was.
Or is it
No,
that is
29.
6'9".
Yeah. So Callie's drone, she somehow dislodged 2 motors. When
Oh,
she was
wow.
going into dive, the split S.
Well,
Wow.
Kali's
She does not
fast,
have good
so
luck on that tower.
Hey, there was a midair in the finals between MCK and Killian, and we were curious if one of them went into the water.
The win went to MCK because he passed the gate threshold first. So
Okay.
I'm, the judge, and I was able to back it down to the exact frame that he was passed. And so
And
we're
then-
using just kinda,
Go ahead.
Huh?
we were just curious if one of the drones went in the water.
Yeah, it looked like they hit and just kept going. It looked like maybe one of them would have went in the water, or were they all dry?
Did we have one go in the water? Not at all, right? 0 in the water.
Cool.
Got pretty close within about, 5 feet one time, but it was a pretty awesome little thing. So here's how. 30. So 6. This is an amazing system built by Bernie and Free. It's showing where the drone crashed and landed, and then they can go retrieve that exact drone from the spot.
We found all but 2 drones out of all the ones that crashed because of this.
Heck yeah.
How does the system knows? How does the system knows where the drone crashed?
News to me.
So we didn't find 2, so maybe we did get one in the water.
You haven't got what?
Hey.
Oh, there's
Look at this guy.
there's Free.
Oh, this is Free.
What up, Free?
Free is freezing.
What? Oh, it's a live stream. I was like watching this video. Like, what am I waiting for? Yo, what up?
And Paul.
Hey, Paul, look at that.
Nice.
Hey.
Great work, guys. Great work.
Yeah.
It was an awesome show y'all put on.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Did it look
that was
good?
really
We killed
dope.
it.
Yeah,
It looked great. It looked
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we're going back here, get a quad.
Oh, I
Discharge
don't
batteries.
have a quad. I don't have. Okay. Bye, guys.
Hey,
I might
Phil.
get to fly in the UAE.
Oh, go fly, Phil.
Yeah,
go
go
fly,
fly, go
man.
fly.
Appreciate you tuning in and showing us the behind the scenes. It was awesome to have you.
Thanks, Phil.
Yeah, peace out.
Peace.
Always good to be here.
Hell yeah.
Bye.
That was awesome.
That was
Yes, it
awesome.
was.
Mr. Phil is so cool.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. Man, all the guys are so cool. I'm very excited to hear more from them as they come back. Yeah, we certainly needed to spill the tea with maybe even a couple just from this race.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I think that's great content that everybody's interested in. I think we would have fun, like we're interested in it. So it would just be fun
Yeah.
to learn more about it also. And I mean, if we are, I feel like all of you watching are too. So,
Yeah,
what a
it's-
great show.
For
I'm
sure,
really
yeah.
proud of the team, man.
So, what do you think? Do we have anything more to say, or we should? Because I want to go. I want to go fly at Sparks RC. I need to fix my wing and go fly it there.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Cole already said like 30 minutes ago. All right, see you at Sparks.
Yeah, he's on the way. And
All right. Yeah, guys,
got-
if you're watching from Houston, Sparks RC, go fly with
yeah,
us.
come to Houston, come to Sparks. Yeah, and I've got a yoga class this afternoon. So, but I'm gonna come, and then I'm just going to leave early. So,
Oh, Mr. Neil, for next Spill the Tea, you're gonna do yoga on live stream.
Well, yeah. I mean, that would. I'm still, man. Although I'm like not as wobbly as I was when I started, like I just know that I'm still like a total noob.
Man, my wife Jane, she's like doing like a special training to do like a yoga teacher, yoga
Oh,
coach, and
nice.
yesterday she was like practicing with me, and like I was like, damn, yoga is hard. Like
It is, dude. It's such a workout, but it's like crazy that it's a workout and relaxing at the same time. So I'm really loving it.
Yeah, I didn't feel any relaxing though. Like I was.
All right.
That's funny.
The yoga
Yeah.
competition if all the quads are crashed.
Yeah.
So next live stream, Neil is doing yoga and I am shaving my hair. That's it.
Oh, that's a tune in for that.
Yeah. All right, guys. Thank you very much for everyone who joined us, and thank you very much for MultiGP. We basically stole live stream from MultiGP, and we didn't get official approve, but we heard a couple of yeses from MultiGP representatives. So thank you very much for MultiGP. That was awesome event, and congratulations to. Let's just read one more time. So the final positions is
Leviathan in first place. Yep.
And
then MCK in second, Banny UK in third, and Killian rounding out the top 4.
Yeah.
So congratulations to all those pilots.
And congratulations to everybody who was invited there, because that's a big deal, and we are super jealous in a good way.
Totally. Yeah.
We wish we were there too, but yeah. Congratulations, everyone. Thank you very much, and see you in the next live stream if we're not lazy, if Neil is not lazy.
Yeah, all right.